Hi you guys, how are you all? I hope you're doing well. Happy July. We are well on our way into summer. I am definitely taking advantage of all the sunshine and great weather that we're having right now. June and May, I guess I didn't really do a May favorite, so these are kind of like combined, although these are mainly products that I was using in June, but June and May sort of flew by and I had other videos lined up, so I didn't get a chance to do a favorites video in May. So I definitely wanted to do one in June, or now in July for June, because they're some of my favorite videos. And I have a few products, not a ton, but a few products that I've really been reaching for a lot. And then I have a food favorite and an experience favorite. So let's get started. So starting off with makeup, because it has been a lot warmer, I've been wearing less makeup in terms of like base and trying to keep things a little bit lighter, because I don't like the feeling of when it's really hot outside and you have a lot of makeup on. It doesn't feel good. It just feels like an added layer of like hot and stickiness. So I've been trying to keep it light, and I found a few products that have really been working for me. And the first one is kind of an oldie but a goodie reinvented. So I had the Vapor Illusionist concealer in the shade 115 and I loved it for under my eyes, but I didn't find it particularly good at covering spots, any like raised area. I felt like it wasn't enough coverage. But then I got it in the shade 17, which is much closer to my skin tone. I wear the shade 117, I believe, in their Luminous Stick Foundation. And I have been loving this to put on my face. So what I'll do is I'll just apply some of my Suntegrity or whatever SPF I'm wearing for the day, and then I just use this to kind of fill in the areas. Usually I'd reach for my Hint Beauty concealer, but I found that this is a little bit not quite as soft of a formula as the Hint Beauty concealer. So if I need to cover larger areas, I'll definitely reach for the Hint Beauty concealer because I can really play with that and make the coverage spread out. But if I just have little areas of darkness, or I just want to brighten certain areas, then I have been reaching for this and really liking it. Like I said, I use it a lot for brightening, so kind of around my mouth area, on my chin. I have some dark pigmentation on my cheeks that I'll put it on, sometimes like in my forehead area, just to give a little bit of brightness. So as long as I'm having like a relatively good skin day and I'm just wanting something super light, I've been really loving reaching towards this, and it's just such an illuminating, nourishing concealer. I really like it. The next two products are both actually complexion products, so for like your cheeks. And I got this first product, the Oleo Ioso Balm number 9 from Aaliyah Beauty. They sent out a PR box that had their like essential starter kit, and it had a few products that they recommended. I posted about it over on Instagram on my stories, so that's always a good place to check in to see what new products I'm getting. But this is the Oleo Ioso Balm, and I've been super curious about these because I've seen them before. I never totally understood what they're for, but they're kind of like an all-over balm that you can use wherever. The scent is really fresh and almost like a little bit citrusy, a little bit fruity, but like you don't smell it once it's on your skin. And this is just such a beautiful cheek color. I'm actually wearing it today and you can see how much luminosity it gives to my complexion. It's super easy to use. You can either just like swipe it on right away. It's almost like a deodorant or a sunscreen stick. You just have this little roller at the bottom that you can roll up and you can just swipe it on, put it on your lips, whatever you want to do, and then just kind of tap it in. Or what I've been doing is using my fingers and kind of putting it where I want to on my cheeks and kind of building it up. Now this isn't a super full, impactful, like super bright pigmented color. It's definitely a more natural glow. It reminds me a little bit of the Tata Harper volumizing lip and cheek tints. I used to have that in Very Sweet and really liked it because it was so natural. This has slightly more pigment than that, but you still get that very dewy, glowy look, and this is really easy to throw in your handbag and kind of touch up throughout the day as it starts to fade, because it's not a particularly long-lasting product, but the glow and the color and just the natural flush it gives you is well worth the touch-ups. It's just one of those like your skin, your face, but better products. And I've really been loving this. The next makeup product is something that I treated myself to actually way back when for a Black Friday sale, and it's from Kjaer Weis. And this is their bronzer in Dazzling. I am a huge fan of Kjaer Weis products. I just find them to be really effective and wonderful and well worth the price tag. So not only is of course the packaging beautiful and that very traditional Kjaer Weis packaging, but these pans are actually refillable. So once I finish this one, I'm able to replace the pan with the same shade, or I can get a different shade. So it's a really great way to try out different products in a more sustainable fashion. You're not constantly throwing away so much packaging. But like I said, this is their bronzer in the shade Dazzling, and it's a beautiful, it's almost hard to describe what it is because it's a cool toned golden bronzer, if that makes sense. So it's not orangey at all, but it gives you this like very luminous, lit from within look. And I've just been loving this. I've been layering this with cheek products. I've been wearing it on its own. I've been wearing it on my eyes. It's kind of, again, one of those your skin but better. It just gives you that summer glow. It makes you look like you just spent, you know, an afternoon in the sun and you have a little bit of a tan, a little bit of a sun-kissed look going on. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And if you're looking for a cream bronzer that's very natural, very user-friendly, then definitely check this out. So those three products are actually all of my makeup favorites, and combined they make one really great look. Today I have the cheek on, and I actually have the bronzer on underneath, which is just kind of adding to that glow. I always take the bronzer a little bit over the bridge of my nose, which I think makes me look a little bit more sun-kissed. I know I'm quite pale, but for me this is a little bit more sun-kissed. So that's all the makeup products, but I have one overarching skincare range that has been my favorite. This past month I've been dedicated to only using Laurel Skin products, and these were recommended to me by Megan. If you guys saw the video I did with Megan, I went and I got a facial with her. She looked at my skin, she recommended some products, and I ended up actually purchasing a routine from her. And I have been totally obsessed with Laurel Skin ever since. They actually repackaged since I bought this, and I'm planning to do a whole video on each of the products, but I just pulled one to show you guys. This is their facial elixir. I use the oily to combination skin range, which is so interesting to me because I've always been told that I have like very dehydrated skin, but really what it is it's just this like first layer that's a little bit dehydrated, and then underneath my skin is like constantly producing too much oil. So anyway, that's a long story, but I've been so happy with the skincare range. I've actually finished a few products, which is really sad. I definitely need to repurchase, and I'm going to try and get the new packaging so when I do the video I can actually show you guys what it is. Jared is actually using the skincare range too, so that's why I went through it a little bit quickly, but I absolutely love it. I saw my skin totally transform using these products, and I'm really excited to dedicate a whole video and talk you guys through what my routine was. So my last two favorites aren't a product. One is a food and one is an experience. So food wise, I discovered, I think it was actually in May, maybe it was June, I don't quite remember, but I discovered Odd Bagels, ODD Bagels. If you are gluten-free and you miss bagels, then these are a must try. They are a relatively local brand. They're from California. I don't know if they sell them everywhere, but I know they sell them in a few grocery stores around me, and you can look it up on their website to see where you might be able to access them. They're just absolutely delicious. I have tried 3 flavors. I have gotten the everything flavor, the cinnamon raisin, and I've gotten the plain, just like original flavor. My favorites are definitely the like flavors. So the cinnamon and the everything bagel, really loved it. The plain are delicious too. I just prefer something a little bit more flavorful. I've been having a bagel pretty much every morning for breakfast, which is not advisable and is probably not good for you, but if you're gluten-free, then you know the struggle, and when you find something good, it's like you just cannot get enough of it. I would highly recommend toasting them. I have not eaten them untoasted, but they're quite dense before you toast them, and then it's almost like this magical transformation happens when you toast them, and they become so good and so delicious. So go check them out. They're an amazing brand. Oh, just really love them. If I was ever to have like a dream sponsored video, it would be to literally go to their factory and get to try all the different flavors, and they're so good. I can't even describe it. I turned everyone in my family onto them, and I swear I've been buying all of them out of the freezer section in my grocery store. So if you guys are around me and you go to a section and there's nothing in the freezer, it was probably me, so apologies for that, but they're so delicious, so definitely try them. And then my last favorite, which is probably my most favorite, was this past month. I got to go to Yosemite with my boyfriend Jared. We went for my birthday. I took a few days off from social media, from email, from all of that good stuff, and we just like really enjoyed the park. We did a really big hike, which was big for me. We did like the vernal Seminole Falls and Nevada Falls hike, which is absolutely gorgeous. I definitely was like struggling a little bit and didn't think I was going to be able to make it because of the elevation and feeling a little bit like nervous and all of that, but we made it to the top and the view was incredible. The waterfalls are incredible this year, and yeah, the park was just so beautiful. And we actually stayed at a really fun place called Auto Camp, which is about an hour outside of the park, so a little bit of a drive. You stay in vintage Airstreams, so it's like a whole park of Airstreams, and they're like vintage, but they're luxury Airstreams, and it's so fun. It feels like a big adult campground. You have like a fire pit, and we made s'mores, and we just had a really wonderful time. And yeah, so if you guys are looking for a trip to take in California this year, I highly recommend Yosemite. Like I said, the waterfalls are incredible this year, and it's just a really wonderful experience to get out in nature and be a little bit disconnected and enjoy time with loved ones. All right, guys, I hope you had a wonderful month of June, and I hope you're gonna have an even better month of July. I'm really excited for content that I have coming up, so if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below for videos always featuring clean green beauty. Otherwise, if you have seen my videos before, then thank you so much for watching another one. I really appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments below if there are any favorites that you have this month, or if you're looking forward to anything in July. I hope everyone has a happy 4th of July if you're celebrating, and that is about it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. All right, see you later. Bye.